Hello. So today in this video, we're going to be talking about inscribed angles. So an inscribed angle essentially is an angle formed with a vertex on the circle itself, and the sides of the angle form chords. So remember, chords are just segments that are in the interior of the circle with endpoints on the circle itself. So, for example, we can say that angle DEF is an inscribed angle because we know that the vertex E is on the circle itself, and segment ED and segment EF are chords of the circle. Now, with that said, with this angle, notice that we have the arc that is between D and F. This arc that falls between D and F, the part of the circle that falls between the endpoints of the inscribed angle, this is known as an intercepted arc. So we can say that arc DF is an intercepted arc. Okay? All right. Now, with that said, we have a theorem out there called the inscribed angle theorem. I'm going to use abbreviations again. So inscribed angle theorem. So the inscribed angle theorem states that the measure of the inscribed angle. So I'm going to sketch a picture. And again, as usual, my angles are horrible. My circles are horrible. So let's call this A, B, C. And we're going to have our center, and this is going to be O. Okay? So we know that the measure of the inscribed angle, ABC, is equal to 1/2 the measure of the intercepted arc. So in this case, it would be arc AC. So again, the measure of the inscribed angle, ABC, is equal to 1/2 the measure of the intercepted arc. So for example, let's say that I told you that this arc is 140 degrees, and I said find the measure of angle ABC. So to find the measure of angle ABC, well, we know what the arc is. We know it's 140. So we do half of 140. And that gets us an answer of 70. So therefore, the measure of angle ABC is equal to 70 degrees. Now, we can also work backwards from this. So in another example, so this time, let's say I give you DEF, and our center is here, so we know this is center O. And this time, let's say I tell you the measure of this angle is 65 degrees, and I want you to find the measure of arc DF. Okay, great. So we know, based on the inscribed angle theorem, that the measure of angle DEF is equal to half the measure of the intercepted arc. So it'd be half of the measure of arc DF. Okay. So we know the measure of angle DEF, that's 65 degrees. We know that it's equal to half the measure of arc DF. So we solve this. Well, to solve this, we just multiply both sides by 2. So if I multiply both sides by 2, we get an answer of 130 degrees. So therefore, the measure of this intercepted arc, DF, is 130 degrees based on our formula. Okay. Now, it may get a little bit more complicated than that. In these, I only gave you individual inscribed angles. In other pictures, they may give you more than one inscribed angle. So in this example, they could give you a picture of a circle, and they might give you, let's see, this is SR, this is RU, and then they give you ST, okay? And they tell you that the measure of angle SRU is 40 degrees, and they tell you that the measure of arc RT is 120 degrees. And they're going to say two things. So first, they're going to say, find the measure of angle RST. Okay, RST. So notice that this inscribed angle has this intercepted arc, RT. So we can say that the measure of angle RST is equal to half the measure of arc RT. Well, we know what RT is. It's 120. So we do our substitution. RST is equal to half of 120. And that gives us an answer of 60. So therefore, the measure of angle RST is 60 degrees. Okay. Now, in our other example here, they're going to say find the measure of arc SU. Okay. Well, SU is the intercepted arc for angle SRU. So using the inscribed angle theorem, we can say that the measure of angle SRU is equal to the measure 1/2 times the measure of arc SU. Okay, so we know the angle this time. So we know the angle is 40. That's equal to half the measure of arc SU. So what do I do here now? Well, I multiply both sides by 2, and we get 80. So therefore, 80 is equal to the measure of arc SU. All right, wonderful. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here for today with this video. If you have any questions about anything we talk about in any of the video lessons, please feel free to email myself or Mr. Ard. Let us know your questions or set up a time with us to do a Google Meet. Until the next time, we will talk to you later. Have a great day.